With about 10,000 people playing table tennis in Ireland, it's not surprising that we have several athletes taking part in regular international competitions. But in order to do that, they've got to prove themselves here first. We are in Alsa Sports Centre for this year's Stiga National Senior Table Tennis Championships.
Traditionally, Irish table tennis was very much at home in the heartlands of youth clubs, and with the decline of the youth club culture in more recent years, the numbers have declined. I think that's a great shame, because table tennis is very much a sport that you can play from the cradle to the grave, so to speak, and table tennis just needed to be more actively involved in the marketplace.
People might be surprised, I certainly was, to find that we have some full-time athletes in this sport.
Well, table tennis, if you want to reach the top level, like our European champion Colin Slevin, you need to be playing the game every day of the week, and that's a huge commitment in terms of time and indeed finance. The top players tend to start coming through in their teenage years, so the parents have to be very much behind them and supportive if they are to be able to make that kind of commitment.
Colin, I have to say congratulations for your European title. Did you go over there expecting to do so well?
Well, to be perfectly honest, not really. I'd done an awful lot of physical training beforehand, but I hadn't played that much table tennis, so I wasn't really expecting to win. No, there was about 10 players in it, who were about the same standard. Maybe about 6 players there that were better than me, I thought, at the start of the week. But it just kind of was one of those weeks where it just started getting better, and by the end of the week then I just seemed to hit top form, so it was great, yeah.
Now, you've been international for a long time. Have you seen a lot of changes in Ireland within the game?
Well, at the moment, this year is looking quite exciting, because we have a new people on board, and we actually have a new board set up, and we've also got a lot of help with regard to women in sport this year from the Sports Council. So with regard to the girls' game, I'd be very, very confident that that's going to improve dramatically over the next few years. We're going to start really focusing on the participation to start with, and then when we get the participation up, then hopefully we'll have the numbers then to really push the performance eventually. That's the plan.
John, now you're the current champion. Are you looking to defend that here today?
Yeah, I am looking forward to defending my title this week. I'm freshly back from the World Championships in Guangzhou last week in China. We performed quite well over there, and coming here I'm on great form to defend my title.
Ireland, is doing quite well in this sport, but it's relatively unknown. How well are we doing international?
Obviously we have a lot of young players doing well internationally, and it doesn't get as much coverage as it probably should. We're doing quite well in terms of youth opens. Senior players are doing well in tournaments in England, and relatively well in international terms as well in our own category, but it's not publicised very well.
Fiona, now you're top seeded this weekend. Does that put a lot of pressure on you?
It does actually. I'm not that good against pressure, but at the same way it kind of motivates me to do well.
Now you're also a full-time athlete, but you're in England, is that right?
That's right, yeah. I moved to Bristol to do academy as well as do my A-levels at the same time.
Just how many competitions do you guys get to play international every year?
Quite a few. We have 3 major tournaments a year, international wise, and then there's trips. We used to go to Belgium a couple of years ago, and I've been to China twice, and it varies each year as to how you want to do. I'll hopefully be going to Sweden later on in the year, and it does vary as to how you enter yourself, but there is quite a few to do, so it's tough competition.
Now, we've seen Fiona here today, and of course John as well. How realistic are their chances internationally of doing well?
Well, I'd say on the positive, we have a really young side in the men and in the women. So Fiona's still a junior, so she has a lot of potential. John is living in Sweden at the moment, and he's only there for his first year now. And so, to be honest, he's under an awful lot of pressure. It's quite difficult when you're coming home the first time and you're under pressure to win, and everyone's expecting you to have improved an awful lot.
I'm full-time living in Sweden in a club called Halmstad. It's in the city of Halmstad as well, and it's great over there. I'm training twice a day, every day. You can't beat that. And to be playing with world champions who are living in my club, that's the best experience you can get for this game. I can't ask for any more.
What does your training involve?
I'm training twice a day on the table. And then in addition to that, I'm running after 1 practice a day. I'm in the gym 3 or 4 times a week, and I'm doing some mental preparation as well. So, it's a packed out 30, 35 hour week like any other normal job.
So you have to be pretty fit for this game then?
Well, I like to think so, but yeah, at the top level, the Chinese, if you look at their physique, it's incredible. and us Europeans are trying to go after them. So we have to be in tip-top condition to challenge in any international competition.
Now, we are doing very well on the veteran stage, but can you ever see a day when the senior team are up there among the best in the world?
I think first of all we have to get a significant expansion at grassroots level, and if you expand the numbers at the base, that will automatically improve the numbers coming to the top. In primary and secondary education in this country, there are over 1 million students. There are 50,000 people involved in teacher training colleges. The Table Tennis Association are keen to foster much closer links with teachers and with the schools in this country, to see that as the beginning of the development of table tennis in schools, and onwards to there to the clubs, and onwards to there to the counties and to the centres of excellence. But we need to invest a great deal more time and a great deal more money at grassroots, which is for us in the schools.
Fiona and John both progressed to the finals. Fiona met Belfast's Amanda Moggy after a spirited semi-final against ALSA player Rebecca Kenny. The final saw a repeat of last year, where once again Northern Ireland's Amanda Moggy played a powerful game and took the title 3-1. In the men's division, John Murphy met Cork's Brian Fitzgerald after progressing from the semi-finals against the very promising junior number 1 Sam Hanley. Murphy successfully defending his title to be crowned national champion once again. The double saw Amanda Moggy and Fiona Dennett join forces and successfully team up against Teresa Devaney and Sarah Kenny, the pair coming out on top with a 3-2 scoreline. In the men's, John Murphy and Brian Fitzgerald did the same and again managed to come out on top with a convincing 3-0 win against opponents Sam Hanley and Daniel Keenan. All in all, a successful day was had, and with several changes to be introduced shortly, the future seems to be looking bright once again for Irish table tennis.